Good morning, Princess. From an improving day here at EPCOT, the forecast was for sunny skies, but I thought it was going to happen a little bit sooner, but it is warming up and the sun is coming out. I hope the Christmas music is not too bothersome. It's been bothering me for a long time, so I cannot wait till January 25th, and we don't have to hear it again for another 11 months. Today, I am here at EPCOT for lunch only. I thought I would celebrate my mixed race heritage by having some Christmas treats or a Christmas lunch at the American Pavilion, which is right over there, and the Morocco Pavilion, which is right over there. But lunch only for today here at EPCOT. After this, I'm going to head back to Universal and finally get those rides that I missed on yesterday because I got there a little bit late. I just walked around the park to, I don't know, see how things were, and I did not realize the park closed so early. And that's my plan. Did have a few bits on the way in. Nothing terribly interesting, but, I did notice a few things. And we'll tell you about those right now while I'm on my way to get lunch. I hope the booths are open. I didn't check that. Oh boy. One thing about these times that shall be forgotten is it does make crisscrossing, or actually crossing the rows of parked cars a lot easier. Okay, we'll enjoy it while it lasts. And even before rope drop, all of the charging stations are taken. We need more. What is taking so long? But at least we get to enjoy a new vista here at EPCOT, straight through the building. I'm here just in time for a cavalcade, and when they pass by, everyone's got to stop and wait on basically the shoulder of the walk. And there's Elsa. They did not change the music. It's still the regular music loop, which is slightly unexpected. And we may never know why the queen has to walk, but the princess gets the carriage. And we're off. Now, the horse clearly is not animatronic. And here we have the slow roasted turkey with green beans, cranberry sauce, gravy, toasted onions, and I guess there's potatoes under there. I just read the description, but I don't remember. So here I am, in case I didn't mention it, in the American Adventure Pavilion, celebrating the American half of me. Quite delicious, and the perfect way to start my lunch here at EPCOT. And yes, there were potatoes and stuffing under the turkey. I thoroughly enjoyed this. But now it's time to head off to our next location. For my final stop here at EPCOT, celebrating the African half of being American African, I am at Sapphire Holiday Kitchen by the Morocco Pavilion, where I am going to enjoy two delightful treats, one dish and a dessert here because they didn't have anything over there, and I had that first, so that makes sense. Right, so for course 2 and 3 today, we are going to enjoy the lamb kefta, basically lamb kebabs with some vegetables on the bottom, and then for dessert, this is schwinge. Okay, I'm sorry, my Arabic is essentially non-existent, but they are essentially beignets because of okay, this bee or wasp or whatever it is followed me for wilderness. Get away. I was saying they are essentially beignets because of the French. But now I guess they are a delicious Moroccan treat. Verdict on the lamb kefta, excellent as always. This is a returning favorite. Maybe slightly different variations, but something to always look forward to. I do wish there was more, though. Yes, it was that good. And fresh, I suppose, since I am here within an hour of opening. And, that's got to be a good thing, right? Well, now it's time for dessert, our beignets. And that's it for EPCOT, but we're not done for the day. but I'll tell you about the dessert. We're getting a break from the music after the cavalcade went by, so we said hi to Mickey and Minnie, and of course Pluto and Goofy. But this is great because now I get a chance to tell you about the beignets, which were spectacular. Very light, and they had a nice, very delicate, crispy shell, which is that step up above most beignets. So like what you get at Café du Monde or even at Disneyland are just, they're soft and mushy, which is great, but that extra little bit of texture really bumped them up to the next level. So I do look forward to having them again next year. I don't think I'll be back at EPCOT this year, but definitely a treat. So all in all, my American-African lunch celebration was a complete success. Enjoyed the turkey over at American Adventure, enjoyed the lamb and beignets here in Morocco. So it is time to bid farewell to EPCOT for the day and head over to Universal to ride some rides. And now the long walk. But I did get better parking than normal in the first lot, but at the end of the first lot. So even getting here before park opens, can't get that princess parking, but we will keep trying. And I was unaware of this. Leaving so early, the exit is off to the right. I had experienced this before. Clearly would have taken a different vector here. Making my way through the maze in the parking lot, and again, bam, there she is. All right, so she's actually a little bit easier to find than I thought, but maybe that's because I actually have to remember where she's parked. They are literally right now filling up the row in front of me, so I'm going to wait a couple minutes until that operation is done. But off to Universal, but I said but twice. Anyway, after yesterday, I am going to use the GPS because I have heard many things about I-4, but now I am experiencing them and kind of need to avoid them. Anyway, time to go. They are almost done. For posterity. And I'm in Universal Studios. Probably gonna go straight to Rip Ride Rocket. Otherwise, I might get distracted like yesterday. Well, that was thoroughly miserable. It is super rough, horrible transitions, and well, because of its roughness, it definitely needs a retrack or just tear it down and replace it with something. Anything would be better, especially with Velocicoaster coming online. All right, let's give Transformers a try. Pretty sure this will not trigger an embolism. Remember, hydration is still very important. I rode Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, and yeah, like I just said, it's rough, terrible transitions. It's seen much better days. Hopefully after Velocicoaster opens, they will turn some attention to that, and realistically, it's probably due for a replacement. Something like that's probably not worth a retrack. It doesn't have the, it's not as much a part of the park as Incredible Hulk is. And even Hulk wasn't actually retracked. It was basically, they bought a new one and put it in the same place. Then I went to ride the Transformers, which was always fun. It knocks you around a little bit, but it's still super fun. I wish they would give up the 3D, please. There we go, that's better. And E.T. is, of course, always fun. They're only doing 2 parties per car, but the line was super short, so it was basically a walk-on. So I decided now is the perfect time to have a nice, refreshing cup of water, and next is Alien Attack, the Men in Black Alien Attack. And then I keep forgetting about Gringotts. So I'm just going to work my way around the park and hopefully get over to Islands of Adventure. But it's turning out to be a great day here at Universal. Still only have a couple hours. They close at 5. Islands is open till 6, which is good. All right. Just going to rest here for a minute and on with the program. Minor change in plan. I realized I wanted to get into Islands of Adventure for a little while without feeling rushed, so after my water, I did come straight over here. I just finished a fun ride on Cat in the Hat, a dark ride which I don't think gets enough or gets the credit it deserves. It's pretty long, actually. It felt pretty long, and it does have a very complete and detailed story. I think, at least when I rode it the first couple of times, I looked at it and I initially thought it's not as themed, as well as it could be, but now I realize, that that's a function of the art style of Theodore Giesel and the Cat in the Hat universe. I guess that's what we have to call everything now. So it works very, very well. It's also very well air-conditioned, and since the carts move at a relatively brisk pace, it's a constant breeze, which is always very nice. Not so much needed today. It's getting pretty cool, but on a hot day, it is definitely worth a ride to cool off a little bit. So I want to give my credit to Universal, and this is an opening day attraction for Islands, and the great job they did. I really enjoyed that, and I'm going to have to sort of add that to the rotation when I'm here at Islands of Adventure. Now, I am going to ride the SkyTrain. I still don't know what it's called. Hopefully get on the other track, because I think I've only ridden it once, and I want to make sure I get on both sides. So we'll see how that goes. And then I'm just going to continue walking around the park, but I'm going to ride rides this time instead of just walking. Okay, continuing the fun at Islands of Adventure. All right, it's the High in the Sky, okay, Seuss Trolley Train Ride. So this is coming soon, first time I've seen it. Some people say it's going to be totally awesome, and they're right. And here I am, just taking a quick refresher in Toontown? No, that's something different. Anyway, Road Kong, again, or as usual, the express line on that ride is super long. I don't know, maybe they should do something about that. Forbidden Journey was great, as always, and now the park is closed. So, that's fine though. I just have to try and get here a little bit earlier next time. I took more time than I expected at EPCOT, which is fine though. Enjoying my delicious cultural celebration, and that kind of delayed my arrival here past when I thought I would get here, which means I didn't have time to really do all the rides that I wanted to do, but it was a great day, and that is why I am thankful for my problems. But we're never spared the walk back to the car.